Hello Virgos. First of all, happy birthday to all my Virgos out there. I'm a Virgo myself, so this is definitely getting done for myself as well. Now, this isn't to represent Virgo season. This is a birthday present for Virgos. So this is, the minute I do this reading, it's from now onwards, so it doesn't really matter that it's late. Just have to put that out there because it stresses me out. I'm going to put some of these acorns around actually as well. Now, I have to bring that Virgo energy. Although I'm a Virgo myself, I still wanted to bring some Virgo energy. So I'm going to put these out for Earth. I have some purple amethyst, some celestite. I think this is celestite. There's two that look similar, and I think this is one that's celestite. And I got pink howlet. I read that howlet's good for Virgos, so I thought I'd go with pink. These are all available in the store, in the Bad Witch Coven store. Now, I also have some throat chakra music, meditation music on the background. Let me turn it up a bit, actually. You might not be able to hear it. And the reason I'm using that is because the throat chakra represents, is associated, should I say, with Virgos. So I thought that would help bring that energy to the space. Also, last thing, I have some of the basic witch range. Look at this, I haven't cleaned it out properly. The basic witch range, because that has frankincense in, again, what's associated with Virgos. So today I've done very similar to what I did for Leo's last month. I've done us a element spread. Now I've incorporated a spirit, one for spirit. This is one of my, let me see, my wisdom trees oracle books, and this is just to give us something to take away from the reading, to hopefully lift our spirit a little bit, so when we sort of finish the reading, we are taking something we can put into action and we can move forward with. Now, all of that being said, I'm gonna jump straight into this reading. I hope you enjoy it. Bristlecone pine. Now, this is saying that life doesn't always run exactly how we want it to. And like I said, I'm a Virgo myself, so I understand when life's not running as we want it to, that can be stressful, that can be cause us anxiety and cause us a lot of turmoil. What we need to do is not focus on the difficulties, but use them as lessons. So use them as lessons and fuel to push us where it is we want to go. Now, a lot of times in life, things are going to come up, things are going to happen. It just is what it is. And we always have a choice. Of course, we need to deal with things as they come up, and it's not about pushing them to a side and ignoring them. But it's also very good to use them as a fuel. How you use bad things that happen to you is completely up to yourself. I mean, I've met and even myself been through some ridiculous things, some ridiculously hard things, and I know a lot of you have. And all of us have the common thing where we're using that as our shadow work. We're using that to grow. We're using that to be better. So just make sure you're consciously doing that the next month or so. Also in this picture, what I love, we have this spider web. Now, in my other tarot cards, for anyone that's had a reading with me before, they'll know that the Spider-Man, you can tell I've got a child. The spider web represents becoming a master of your craft. Now, a spider is many things. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest fan of spiders, but their webs are absolutely amazing. It's where they eat, it's where they live, it's beautiful, it's perfect, and they really are masters of their craft. So you use the time, energy, and even sadness to become a master of your craft, rather than using it to make you less than, if that makes sense, make you unhappy and make you miserable, and all these things, that these pains and traumas and traumatic things that can cause. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into the tarot now. The first one is air. Now, air represents many things, but what we're going to do in this reading, just to narrow it down, is going to be around goals and aspirations. So let's have a look what you need to see for that. Right, honeys. Yes. This is again telling you, you've got that fire in your belly, and you've got that fire in your belly because you've been through a lot of crap. Like, you've been through so much stuff, and you've used it as a tool to make you better and make you stronger and make you more connected and make you more spiritual, rather than using it as something that's going to make you miserable and sad and maybe an addict, or these things that trauma can cause. So I love that. I really, really love that. And this is also, it's made you don't mess about. If you want something and you've got it in your head, you want this thing, you're going to get it. And no one can get in your way unless you allow it, because you, my friend, are a bad bee, but a bad witch. Right, the next card is, we actually got this for this question for Leos, if I remember correctly. This is Judgment. Now, around your goals and aspirations, you need to sort of rise up. You need to rise above people's opinions, what people may think. A lot of you, I speak to a lot of you, and a lot of people talk to me about the fear. Even me, even I have this fear. Look, this is why I'm anonymous, guys. Even I have this fear that holds me back. And obviously I'm a Virgo, and this fear holds me back in my goals and aspirations. And I definitely need to see this. And this represents you worrying about what other people think. Who are they? Imagine being on your deathbed, right? And you allowed the opinion of other people that do not care about you. They don't even have the ability to care for themselves. They do not care about you. You've allowed them to hold you back. So this card's telling you, don't. Rise above it. Rise above the judgment of others. Rise above the judgment of yourself. Because the God's honest truth is, you have two choices. You can do what the fuck you want to in life, or you can do what you think everyone else wants you to do. But the truth is, no one cares. And I used to, like, I said this to Denise, like, me and Denise are very close. And I've said it to her before, I've been suicidal, laying on a bathroom floor or a bedroom floor multiple times in my life, crying on that floor, and made myself get up, and I've sat there thinking no one cares, and I felt so sad and so lonely and horrible, and I used that no one cared to beat myself up with it. And then one day I realized no one cares. And when I say this happened, because no one cares. They really fucking don't, because they can't even care. How many people do you know that can properly care for themselves, looks after themselves properly, spiritually, mentally, physically, looks after their family properly? Who does all of that? Every single person I know in one area, usually themselves, is not doing that. So if people can't even care for themselves, how on earth are they going to care about you and what you're doing? Do what you want to do. If you have a goal, if you have an aspiration, don't care what people think. Who are they? They might laugh. Who are they? Because if they laugh at you for following your dreams, fuck them. Seriously. Right. Sorry, I get a little bit preachy, don't we, guys? The next one is Fire. Now, this is around your passions. So let's have a look. So it's like you've got this deep connection. It might not necessarily be a romantic connection, but it usually is. Whatever it is, there's someone that's giving you that fire in your belly, that real passion, man. And it's really beautiful. It's something that's going to be forever. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a sexual relationship forever, but it's something that a love and a passion that's going to be there forever. And it's very deep, lasting and meaningful, and deeply connected. But you need to make sure that all areas of your life are balanced. You've got a lot of healing and renewal energy, like you've got a lot of positive energy around you, and things are going very, very well. But you do need to make sure that you are balancing all areas of your life. So you'll make sure you're putting time in for your goals and your aspirations, your passions, your emotions, and your creativity, and then also the material world. You need to make sure, and then your spirit. You need to make sure you're balancing all these areas. And I know that's a lot easier said than done. And I know we live in a society that makes that almost fucking impossible. But you still need to try, guys. That's all we got to do here. All we can do is try. Right, the next one is Water. Let's have a look. Now, water is around many things again, but we're going to do it around emotions and sort of your creativity. Ooh. Codependency. So this is a codependency or addiction. Now, this could be emotionally you're hiding from something, so you have this codependency or this addiction, whether it's a drug, whether it's food, whether it's alcohol, whether it's a person. I'm big with this on people. I do, not so much now, but I've always, and I think this is a big Virgo trait as well, I create codependencies on me. So I'm not codependent on that person, but I create almost a codependency on me. And I realised it was because so many people left me that I loved, whether it was like my dad or this person or that person, that it was like, right, I need to make it that these people can't need me. And that's so toxic. Like, it's very, very toxic. And I do think it's a very toxic Virgo trait. It's almost like, oh, we're so good at nurturing and looking after people that we almost make it toxic by creating this codependency. And that means it's almost like with my, let me slow down, because it's a very big, With my relationship, for example, when I first got with my husband, I caused this situation, and then we've been together like 8 years, so it's been a long time now. And a couple of years in, I sort of realised that it wasn't love. Like, this creating this codependency thing, there was love there, but that wasn't love, if that makes sense. And that I needed to separate that for myself and for him, because it's not loving him doing that. Me making it so he's not independent, for example. Obviously he's still fucking independent, but you get what I mean. That's not love. That's toxic. So it's something I had to really look at in myself. But this could also be an outside person and it's like the other way around, and you're allowing them to influence your life. Whatever it is, you need to get control of it. Buddhism teaches us, right, that these things, even when you enable someone, you think you're doing it because you love them, but you're actually making it worse for them. You're actually condoning their behaviour, and you're also like that's in their head then. They're like, right, well, that person thinks it's okay. Do you know what I mean? So you need to make sure, for your sake and for the love of them, because come on, we're Virgos, we're always usually the fucking martyr that puts other people before ourselves. Make sure you're looking at it, guys. Then the next one around creativity and emotions. I think this is more around creativity. It's having direction and focus. So it's like, you know where you're heading. You've almost got that passion going that we see in air, and now you're heading towards it in the right direction. Keep going. The thing is, with the universe, it will always show you, it will always bring up things to try and hit you off task. But it's up to you if you pander to that or not. If you keep getting up and keep on going, you will never, ever, ever fail, because you're still going. You can't fail until you quit. Okay, goal, guys. You've got to be that master of your craft. And that's what that is as well, the mastery of the craft. Right, becoming a master of it, or getting in the journey of it. If you don't know what it is that you're working towards, right, then have a think about what it is. Because the thing is, sometimes we don't realise what we're working towards. For example, with me, with this, again, I've been going through shit my whole life and figuring out things my whole life. And I was working towards this without even realising that I was working towards this. And then when I realised what I was working towards, not just tarot, in all of it in general, it all sort of clicked into place. So just try and figure out, where's the universe leading you? Where do you want it to lead you? What is it that makes you happy? What is it that makes you feel fulfilled? All of these things, have a look at it. Right, last but not least, we're going to have a look at Earth for us little Earth beings. So, darlings, we have fantastic. This is brilliant. This is a really nice, positive new beginning. Now, a lot of times in life, we feel like we've wasted our time. So we might be in jobs for years and years and years, and we might get fired or leave, and we feel like that was a massive waste of time. You could be in relationships for years and years and years. You end up breaking up. Again, you feel like that was a massive waste of time. But here's the thing, how is it a waste of time? Like, life is a process, life is a journey, and everything happens for a reason. Now, it's not a waste of time if you learned from it. It's not a waste of time if you grew from it. So this is a new beginning built on top of an old beginning, if that makes sense. So you've had this beautiful tree that represents your life and everything you've accomplished, and it's been cut down. And you might have felt like, wow, like I've wasted all my time, but you haven't. There's a new beginning been planted. And the thing is with this new beginning, it's grown with these deep roots already. Like, it's already got such a head start because it has the deep roots that it's already grown and spent years and years growing. So please don't ever look at anything in life as a waste. Life is long. A lot of people say, I know life is short and I know life can feel like it goes quickly, but life is also very, very, very long. Like, I'm 32. I feel like I've been living for at least 100 years. Life is very, very long. You're never too old to do anything. 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds can go to college or university and get onto the track that they want to get onto. You're never, ever, ever, ever too old. These are all misconceptions that society, especially for women, have put into our heads. So don't ever be upset when things end, because it's usually that it's opening it up so something new can begin. We all ask for change. We all ask for growth. Yet we want to stay where we are, and we start getting upset when things start to change. We need to evolve past that and realise that when we look at nature around us, we see that things are constantly evolving. Things constantly end to be reborn. And that's like our life. Things are going to constantly be ended to be reborn better, with more wisdom, with more clarity, with more understanding of what it is that we have and why it is that we have it. Right, last but not least, for the material world, we have the Magician. Now, this is fantastic. So this is a master of the craft, of the elements. Now, becoming a master of the elements isn't being an airbender, unfortunately, although I really wish it was. It's about being able to master all of the personality traits of it. That's what I see it as anyway. So it's like becoming a master of the material world, becoming a master of the emotional world, of the your goals and aspirations, of your passions, of it all. And this card's saying that you have the ability to do so. Look, Virgos, we're incredible human beings. Let's be fair. Like, we're very hard on ourselves, but that's usually why we're so incredible, if that makes sense. So you need to make sure that you have that self-empowerment. You remember who the fuck you are, and you make sure you're putting in the action that you deserve to put in. I mean, a lot of times people procrastinate, like they don't deserve better than what they already have. You deserve more, so you need to get more, because you have the ability to go and get more. The ability, you have the ability to be a master of all 4 elements. So please don't be afraid to begin. Don't be afraid to jump. Don't be afraid to go after what it is that you deserve. And do it with like the grace and the speed of a wildcat. Just go for it. Please, please, please go for it. And focus on what it is that you want and want to achieve, and not what you don't want to achieve. Of course, a lot of negative things need dealing with in life, but the amount of headspace you give these things really determines how much leftover headspace you have for what it is that you want to achieve. So Virgos, I hope this helped. I hope this was a nice birthday present. And yeah, I'm gonna go. Bye.